Hi everyone, it's Monica, and welcome back to Tailor-Made Cards for You. Well, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be making some holiday Christmas tags that can be used to decorate some of your presents or even be used as an ornament. Now, this little embellishment can also be used as a starter for a Christmas card. So don't limit your imagination on these little beauties. And what's even better is you get to use some of your smaller Tim Holtz paper dolls. So let's go ahead and get started. So to begin, I used a big die cut to cut out this big ticket using my die cut, of course, and some thick board. And then I also cut out some Christmas designer paper so that way I could decorate it. Now, this is some thick board that I got at a thrift store. They were old picture mats, and they were the perfect thickness for some of my projects. So I did purchase those, and I'm using those on some of my projects. So as you can see, the one side has some nice coloring. So I'm going to use that for my back side. And then I'm going to add my designer paper to the part that has some of the printing. Now I am using perfect paper adhesive to adhere my designer paper, but you could easily use some Mod Podge or some of the distress collage medium that you've seen me use in some of my other videos. Now the only thing that I would recommend against is using just some adhesive tape, because by using the liquid adhesive it gives you some time to move that Christmas paper around and you can get it lined up exactly with your ticket. So after I had added my designer paper to my ticket, I did take some of my distress ink and I'm using walnut stain to edge my ticket. I'm looking to age the actual design, so that's why I'm using my distress ink. Now you could also use some ground espresso, and probably vintage photo would work as well, but I do like the darker edges, so that's why I tend to go towards the walnut stain. Now to cut out my little die, I am using my Sidekick that I got from the Tim Holtz set. And this Tim Holtz set is really cool. It comes not only with the Sidekick, but you get a little die set, you get an embossing folder, and then you also get some mini stamps. So it's a real good starter kit for your Sidekick. Now I love my Sidekick. I have it on my desk and it sits right next to my score pal. So I have not only a little die cut machine, but a little scorer as well. And it's right at hand's length. So it's a really good setup for myself. Now, the one thing that I really liked about this design is I was able to use some of my smaller paper dolls. And as you recall, if you're a Tim Holtz fan, not only did he come out with his vintage paper dolls, but he also has his Halloween paper dolls, and then, of course, his Christmas paper dolls. And me being a big fan, I had all three sets. So it was really nice to actually be able to use some of these smaller paper doll images, and they fit perfectly on this little tag that I'm creating here, or I should say ticket, but I am turning it into a ornament, or you could also use it as a Christmas tag. But it's a real fun design, and again, it enables me to use some of these smaller images that I've had in my stash for a while. Now for the sentiment, there's a couple of ways that you can go for your design. Now I'm using the word chips, and again, you can get those in the vintage word chips, or you can get the Christmas word chips. I don't remember if there's a Halloween word chip set, but there definitely is a Christmas one, and that's what I'm using for my design here. But there's a lot of other options that you can use. You can use some of his chit-chat word stickers. You could also use some of the rub-ons. But what I liked about the word chips is it really stands out, especially if you're going to use it as an ornament. You want to have some of the bigger items that are a little bit more eye-catching. So the word chips worked really well for my design, and that's why I chose to use those. And then, of course, to give my paper dolls a little bit more dimension, I am adhering them using some foam tape. Now, at this point, you need to decide which way you're going to go with your ticket. If you want to use it on a card, you probably don't want to punch the holes into your ticket. Again, like I said, this is a really good starter to make a Christmas card if you chose to go that way. But since I am creating little ornaments, I am punching in some holes so I can easily put some twine through it to hang on my Christmas tree. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn on some Christmas music while I finish up this particular ornament. And then I'm going to also walk you through another design using the same product, but just a little different design. And then I'll come back at the end of the video to finish it off. So as you can see, this design is just a little bit different, but it does use a lot of the same product that I've used on my first tag. Now this bigger ticket die cut as well as the smaller one is a really old set. I believe that I picked up these bigs at a garage sale, so I'm not really sure that I'm going to be able to find them for you when I link up the product. But because of this, I did decide to put together a few kits where you can also create these little ornament tags as well. Now I am working off of my stash, so I don't have a lot of paper dolls left in my Christmas stash, so I probably only have about 2 or 3 sets that I'm going to be putting out there. And then each set, I believe I'm going to put 4 designs in there, or 4 tickets where you can make 4 of these little tags. So I will leave a link to those as well. And then if you don't want the entire kit, I am going to also leave a link where I can just offer some of those chipboards out there for you so you can create your designs. As always, I try to create projects and designs that you can copy, but a lot of times I have some of this older product that I just hang on to because it really is a good product and I don't want to stash it. And then, of course, I can make finished products for my Etsy shop. And I am going to be creating some of these ornaments when we get closer to Christmas that I can sell on my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop is a way for me to support my channel, so that's why I always offer little kits and my link to my shop. So if there's anything in particular that you see me creating and you want, I would sure appreciate your support. So this is finishing up week 3 of my Christmas in July series. Hopefully I've given you some great ideas over the last 3 weeks, and I've encouraged you to start some of your Christmas projects. So as always, I will leave a list of all the products that I've used to create these cute little tags, along with the links to the stores. If you've enjoyed my video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And don't forget, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you head out. There is also a little bell that you can click that will notify you when I do have a new video that does come up. I'll also leave a link to these cute little kits here that I'm showing you below. So if you are interested in picking up a kit, feel free to check that out as well. Now remember, I only have a couple of kits out there because I don't have a lot of my paper dolls left in my stash. So if you are interested, I would recommend getting those as soon as you can. And don't forget to leave a comment. At the end of the month, I am going to be doing a giveaway for a few prizes. All right, everybody, thanks so much for stopping by this week, and we will see you again next Tuesday for my 4th video in my Christmas in July series. Thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.